The tradition continues.
Calvary Global to the world 24/7.
Tradition continues.
Calvary.
At least 70 Palestinians were killed in Israeli strikes across Gaza on Thursday. That is, as Israel has agreed to a U.S. ceasefire proposal for Gaza. Hamas says it is still reviewing the plan. Meanwhile, the hunger crisis in Gaza is worsening as Palestinians struggle to access the limited amount of aid that has been let into the Gaza Strip. Humanitarian groups are again urging the international community to stop the suffering. Israel has announced it will establish 22 more settlements in the occupied West Bank. Hamas has called the move a grave violation of international law, while the UN warns it pushes efforts for a two-state solution in the wrong direction. The expansion is the largest of its kind since the 1993 Oslo Accords. Around 700,000 Israeli settlers live in the illegal settlements spread across the occupied West Bank. Yemen's Houthis fired a hypersonic ballistic missile at Israel's Ben Gurion airport near Tel Aviv on Thursday, leading to flights being temporarily suspended. The army confirmed a missile launched from Yemen was intercepted by the country's air defense systems. At least 2 people have been killed in separate Israeli airstrikes on southern Lebanon. The Israeli army, which claims to be targeting Hezbollah, has continued bombing parts of Lebanon despite a November ceasefire. A federal appeals court has allowed President Donald Trump to resume collecting tariffs. It temporarily halts a ruling that had declared many of the tariffs illegal. Trump says the court ruling on tariffs was wrong and hopes the Supreme Court will overturn the decision.
And any questions over whether President Trump improperly imposed these IEEPA tariffs were already adjudicated in Congress following Liberation Day. Congress firmly rejected an effort led by Senator Rand Paul and Democrats to terminate the president's reciprocal tariffs. The courts should have no role here. There is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges inserting themselves into the presidential decision-making process.
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has urged both Russia and Ukraine not to shut the door on dialogue as Istanbul prepares to host a potential new round of peace talks. This comes after Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov stated that Moscow and Kyiv wanted a second round of talks to be held here in Istanbul.